Hey guys, want to show your support to the channel and get some awesome rewards at the same time? Then go check out my Patreon page where at whatever tier you choose that fits your budget, you'll get plenty of rewards such as updates and announcements on the regular, exclusive sneak peeks of my videos before they go up online, get yourself credited, and receive a special shout out at the end of my videos and more. Go to patreon.com/AckleyAttack44227TV to start pledging today. And don't forget to also check out and consider gifting me any items I have listed on my Amazon wishlist and even supporting me on my Streamlabs tipping page that'll also help support the channel directly. Links are in the description box below as well as on my link tree for you to check out. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Take care. Hey guys, like what we do on our channel and want to see more videos from us? Then not to worry about a thing. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as turning on the notification bell so that way you can see more of our videos coming up very soon. Thank you and enjoy today's video. Hey folks, I'm coming back to Retro GameCon this year, taking place once again at the On Center Convention Center up in Syracuse, New York from October 10th through the 12th. I'm going to be there for the entire weekend and I'll not only be cosplaying as two versions of Ruby Rose from Ruby with her Beacon Dance outfit on Friday and as a ballerina on Saturday with Zwei being there for the first 2 days as well, alongside Barbara from Genshin Impact on Sunday, but I'll be monitoring the cosplay lounge down there as well. Go to RetroGameCon.com for more information. So if you see me down there or anywhere else in the con if lucky, then by all means come on up to me and say hi. Hope to see you there. Oh yeah. I guess it was well worth it to finally get these Hornby Express coaches. And let's see, and yeah, I guess with pretty much the 2 extra composite coaches and 1 more brake coach following afterwards. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that it was well worth it. And I guess you caught me off guard once again. But yeah, I think it makes sense to open up this episode on that thought alone. So anyways, hey guys, this is AckleyAttack4427 here, and welcome back to another episode of WTPU, aka What the Pickup? Now, as you may recall, in the last episode of the show, which you can see right down over here, I talked about the motorized classic Thomas that I got not too long ago that was sent over to me by my friend Trayboy54 once again, and yeah, I'm really impressed on how well this actually turned out for sure. It is literally what I would expect, hands down, now that I finally got it in my hands, and yeah, I'm really impressed with, of course, how well it turned out for sure. Certainly exactly what I wanted by far, and I think for this being the first of course, part of the brand new motorized Thomas range that we got some time ago, I say it is a really good one to start off on for sure, and yeah, I'll be quite curious to see what other ones I might get later on down the road for sure, So yeah, but we'll have to wait and see, of course, that front. But nevertheless, I am really impressed on how well it actually turned out, and I really enjoyed it all the way. So yeah, and of course, once again, I owe my big thanks to my friend Trayboy54 for sending it out to me, and yeah, hopefully maybe later on down the road, I might actually possibly get more of those later on for sure. But we're gonna have to wait and see, of course, that front. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. if you want to check that episode out for yourself, then don't worry about a thing. There's a card over there over at the top right corner of the screen, as well as, of course, the link to it down the description box below. So yeah, whichever you prefer, go right ahead. I'll wait till you come back. Yeah, take all the time you need. I'll be here by the time you come back for sure. So it's probably not going to take long as expected for sure, but I'm still going to be here by the time you come back for sure. Just here in my comfy seat right up until you come back. So just like what I normally do on this show for sure, but I digress. And yeah, now that I really mention it, yeah, maybe I'm quite curious about some of the other ones that are out there for sure as part of this new range. I mean, I guess there's a lot of possibilities, of course, that front. But I'll be quite curious to see how it'll go. And let's see, I guess aside from Thomas, I do know. Yeah, I mean, I guess aside from Goring and James looking a bit off in some areas, I do know Percy is actually pretty good, and Duck looks amazing. And I think even that Vickerstown set that they have pretty much for this range by far is also piquing my interest a bit. But then again, we'll have to wait and see on that, so probably best not to think too far ahead on that, so yeah. Alright, I guess seeing how you did already see the last episode of this show, we might as well go ahead and start up this episode as we normally do. Well, I guess, pretty much, if anything, give it to, of course, when I got out my Hornby Goring Express coaches by far, it actually got me into thinking, pretty much, one thing and one thing only. Yeah, I guess pretty much ever since I actually did pretty much an episode of this show devoted to these coaches, to which, by the way, I'm really glad I got those after I got them straight off of eBay, I actually got to thinking, yeah, I think I did kind of mention them in the past several episodes of this show, so I might as well give you this as a nice little follow-up, So yeah, I guess it's a nice little follow-up to, of course, pretty much my episode that I did some time ago on the Hornby Goring Express coaches. I kind of figure, you know what? I think I should talk about these two for sure. That's right, I've decided to take the time right now and actually devote this episode to two of course, of the other Hornby Thomas rolling stock that I currently own for quite a long time now for sure. Those being pretty much the James Express coaches, also done by Hornby for sure, which are of course the composite coach and brake coach for sure. So yeah. Yeah, I guess it is quite interesting to mention them for sure, because, yeah, I've held on to them for well over 11 years now, and yeah, I guess since after talking about these coaches some time ago, maybe I think I would probably devote this episode entirely to, of course, these set of coaches for sure that I currently have for years now. I mean, yeah, I think it's been a long time coming, but hey, I need to do something for a one, so yeah, but you kind of get the idea, of course, that front, so yeah, with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at these things. Alright guys, here we are with, of course, the Hornby James Express coaches right in front of us right now, and boy, I've got a lot to talk about with, of course, these coaches by far, and it is actually interesting that I should note for sure, because, well, if you actually know me, I think I actually did recall that I did showcase these coaches, like, years and years ago, on, of course, this channel, particularly through, of course, pretty much the early days of course, this show, for sure, probably going all the way back to, let's say, I think when I showcased all of my Bachmann and Hornby Thomas models at the time, for sure, for, of course, my 50th episode that I did years ago, for sure, but then again, it has been a long time since that actually happened, from what I can gather, but hey, I guess time has changed nonetheless, so hey, I need to do something for once, for sure, so yeah, and you might be wondering to yourself, how did I actually obtain these coaches back then? Well, the answer is actually quite simple. I actually got these two coaches all the way back in 2014, to be honest. Pretty much back when I was in the early stages of course, my Bachmann Thomas model collecting for sure, Though I guess it might have been longer than that, to be honest, because, yeah, way back in the early days, I have actually collected a whole lot of models for sure, and yeah, I was really impressed with, of course, each and every single one of them by far, so yeah, and of course, I was lucky enough to actually get these two all the way back in 2014 for sure, as showcased by the pretty much the pictures that I actually found on, of course, Facebook that I posted years ago for sure, and for a while, I think getting those coaches are really awesome. The quality of the pictures looking back, my God, they were awful for sure, yeah. I think it was mainly because I actually used the webcam in my old desktop PC for sure, but yeah, I think it's what I can say, of course, that front, but hey, I guess regardless on that, and seeing how it's been well over 11 years since after I first got these coaches for sure, I'm still really impressed on how well they actually turned out for sure, so yeah. I think it's what I can say, of course, that front, and even looking back on, of course, pretty much these coaches today, I'm still impressed with, of course, how well they turned out for sure, especially seeing of how Hornby actually used to make these kinds of models when they used to do their Thomas & Friends range for sure, and of course, it is quite fitting enough, seeing of how they are made specifically for James for sure, and I can actually tell because looking back on, of course, pretty much on the ones made for Gordon for sure, I can easily tell from, of course, the color scheme for sure, like, of course, pretty much the express coaches made for Gordon has this nice green and yellow type of color. Well, of course, the ones made for James for sure, yeah, they actually have that red and white color scheme for sure, and yeah, I can easily tell the difference between pretty much between these two coaches by far. They're still the same size from what I can gather, but it's mainly the color scheme on what really sold the differences for sure, and I'm really glad they actually did that for sure, so yeah, I think it's what I can say, of course, that front, and yeah, I think in terms of these coaches that were sold back when Hornby used to do their Thomas & Friends range for sure, it actually does kind of vary from what I can gather. Sometimes you would actually get the composite coach and the brake coach individually for sure, but at the same time, though, Hornby actually used to make a really, really nice set, which was the Hornby James passenger train set for sure, where, of course, you'll actually get pretty much Hornby's take on James alongside these two coaches for sure, so yeah. I will give props for Hornby for providing all sorts of great variety for sure. It does kind of remind me of course, when Bachmann actually used to make the pretty much the Gordon passenger train set for sure, to which I'm still lucky to currently own as of now. In fact, that's actually how I got my Hornby Gordon, yeah, not Hornby Gordon, got my Bachmann Gordon for sure. Though actually it would have been awesome if I got the Hornby version of Gorgon for sure, but we'll have to wait and see, so yeah. But either way, I guess pretty much even looking back, pretty much starting with the composite coach, yeah, I'm still really digging on how well this actually looks from what I can gather. Yeah, I think they really did a bang-up job, and of course, pretty much providing on what it's actually giving to us for sure, and yeah, I think, if anything, I can really tell on the amount of hard-working effort they did to really make the composite coach look great for sure. Now, as for, of course, the brake coach, pretty much of anything, that too is also on the same level as well. I'm really digging, of course, how well they actually did to really putting all this for sure, even with all the craftsmanship and detail they actually put into, of course, these models from what I could gather, really is something to pretty much witness with the naked eye for sure. And again, pretty much of anything, it is really quite interesting compared to pretty much the Gorgon coaches that I got some time ago for sure. And yeah, stuff like these actually are quite nice for sure. So yeah, I guess there's no arguing, of course, that front for sure. I really do think, much like with what they did with the Gorgon coaches for sure, I really do think Hornby did a great job with, of course, the James coaches as well. I'm really digging on how well they actually turned out for sure, and yeah, they're the one things that really come into mind when I think of some really great express coaches for my Bachmann Thomas models. I mean, don't get me wrong, Bachmann still did a good job with, of course, the pretty much their take on the express coaches as well. But I find that Hornby actually did a much better job, in my opinion, for sure, to which when I think of some really great express coaches made for some nice Thomas and Friends models, these are the ones that come into my mind for sure. So yeah. But nevertheless, I think it's what I can say, of course, that front. So yeah. But needless to say, given to, of course, what I've actually showcased right now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering how do these two fare up on, of course, my layout. Well, I've already showcased them and, of course, several of my past videos for sure, but I guess for good measure, let's head on up to my layout and find out for ourselves. Alrighty then, guys, looks like here we are back in, of course, my layout once again, about ready to pretty much run my Hornby James Express coaches for sure, and well, what better way to actually get those coaches running than by having them pulled by James himself, so yeah. Yeah, I guess if anything, I knew right away that I need to get out my Bachmann James for, of course, this test run for sure, because, yeah, quite fitting to actually do that from what I could gather. And I guess I know I would have gone for either my Busy Bee James model or my Origin James model, as you can see here, but of course I kind of figure I would probably go for the OG James, of course, this test run for sure, and yeah, luckily enough, pretty much I've already got all of track 2 plugged in for sure, because, well, hey, I need to have one track running for, of course, this test run for sure, but excuse me, so. But yeah, nevertheless, I think it'll still be quite interesting to see how these two will pretty much run pretty well, of course, this layout. Then again, with, of course, my past videos I've actually done, I think it already did establish that for sure, but I need to do that just for a good measure, of course, on that front for sure, so yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front, in this case, for sure, so yeah, with that being said, like I said, I've already got pretty much the speed controller for track 2 already plugged in and ready to go. So with that being said, let's go ahead and give James a nice lap around this layout with, of course, well, just pretty much his express coaches for sure. So yeah, with that being said, let's get right to it. Alright, yeah, maybe I think I'll just pretty much give I'll just reverse James for a big okay, I think that'll do just fine. Just need to move him over a big just to give a little bit more room, and yeah, I think that'll do just fine. So, but yeah, I guess pretty much with what you're seeing, it looks like James completing pretty much a few laps around my layout turned out to be quite successful, and yeah, even to this day, looks like these coaches are still running pretty great for sure. So yeah, I don't know why. I think just by the feeling of course, James running these express coaches around this layout for sure really is quite nice from what I could gather. And of course, I knew pretty much from what I could gather, James is already thinking in his mind where I actually got him going. And of course, this layout for sure, he's already thinking, ha! Screw doing freight work! I'm carrying passengers for once! Well, I know that's saying a whole lot because, well, James is a mixed traffic engine by far, mean that he can pull both freight cars and coaches, so there's that. So yeah, I guess pretty much to conclude everything from what I could gather, yeah, with of course with what I've actually discussed by far, I still really enjoyed the Hornby James Express coaches for sure. I really do think they really did a bang-up job with of course those by far, and I really do think they're on the same level as of course the ones made for Gordon for sure, and yeah, I guess pretty much, if anything, I'm glad I still held on to those, even after 11 years since after I first got them for sure, and I still think they turned out to be such really great Hornby Thomas rolling stock models that I actually got for sure, so yeah. I say these are the kind of coaches that I do recommend all the way for sure, and yeah, I'm still really glad I got those even to this day, and I still love them by far, so yeah. And now that would lead to the ultimate question that I'm sure a lot of you guys may be wondering. Well, pretty much given to, of course, when I actually got the Hornby Gordon Express coaches for sure, will I be getting more of these coaches later on for sure? I'll be honest, I think it is a really hard question to kind of answer, but I really do think there might be a strong possibility, of course, that front for sure. So yeah, maybe much like with what I did with the Hornby Gordon Express coaches, I'm kind of thinking maybe getting 2 more of the composite coaches and 1 more brake coach, just for a good measure for sure, but I think we're going to have to wait and see on, of course, that front, and maybe see about pretty much if the eBay gods will actually answer the hag for sure. So yeah. But either way, I really do think there is a strong possibility, of course, that front for sure, and I can make the same argument for Bachman with, of course, their take on Gordon's Express coaches for sure, where I'll get one more break coach and 2 more composite coaches as well, and of course, I do know Bachman has also done some Thomas Express coaches, almost kind of similar to the ones James, to the ones that you see here for sure, designed specifically for James for sure. So we're gonna have to wait and see, of course, on that front, and yeah, might be a strong possibility on that front, and I can maybe name like maybe one more of these kind of coaches from what I can gather that I really do think is very well deserving to add more coaches in for a good measure. And I have looked on eBay not too long ago, seeing that. Yeah, and for those who are wondering, yes, I am fully aware that Hornby also made some coaches made for a Spencer, to which I do think looks awesome. But I guess for the time being, to fit in well with, of course, Hornby, with, of course, the Bachman Spencer coach that I got some time ago, I'm probably going to pretty much go with only just one of the Hornby Spencer composite coach and one Hornby Spencer break coach as well. Probably to serve them as maybe like, say, some special coaches that are made to... maybe just a set of special coaches for once, but we're probably going to have to wait and see on that for sure, right? But hey, I'm sure we'll let the eBay gods pretty much speak for themselves if they can actually provide a great listing for me for sure. And depending on which payment platform, from what I can gather, that they'd be willing to accept for sure. Because, yeah, let me tell you, many of these eBay listings that I found for, of course, these kind of Hornby Thomas models actually don't accept credit card from what I can gather, but only PayPal, to be honest. Which I guess kind of sucks, but hey, I'll work something out. But I guess right up until then, for sure, we're going to leave that for the future to decide on that front for sure, So yeah, at least it's what I can say, of course, that front. But if you guys actually are interested in letting me know, and of course finding some good listings for, of course, these extra set of coaches alongside plenty of other pretty much Hornby Thomas Mahongles that are out there, pretty much for sure, that you think I would love to get my hands on for sure, please let me know, and I'll see what I can pretty much come up with for sure. And of course, well, I do accept anyone gifting me any items if lucky for sure. So yeah, that would be really greatly appreciated for sure. But don't go spreading around other people's information pretty much just for the sake of it. I mean, yeah, doxing people is not a good idea. So we need stricter laws on, of course, that front. But yeah, I guess regardless of that, we're going to leave that for the future to decide on, of course, that front. So yeah, and I guess on that thought alone, I think I might as well end this episode here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this latest episode, and by all means, let me know in the comments down below on what you guys think of this one for sure. I would love to know on what you guys think. So yeah, that's pretty much what I can say, of course, that front. Thank you guys so much for watching, and well, I guess for next time around, we're probably going to have to wait and see, of course, that front. But I guess for the time being, I might as well get myself prepped up for a retro game con that's going to be coming up in a few days' time for sure. So I can't wait to see all of you guys there. But until then, I think we might as well give James a nice little, pretty much a nice little victory lap around my layout for sure. Yeah, he really does look happy running these coaches around my layout for sure, so. Yeah, and there he goes, so yeah, I think we might as well leave it off right here for sure, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you in the next episode. Take care. Special thanks to all of my supporters on Patreon for making today's video possible, including my top tier supporters for this month, VD. So if you want to be like these guys and show your support to us, then go to patreon.com/AckleyTackTV to pledge now, do so, and get some awesome rewards within your budget. Hey guys, this is Ackley4427 here. Thank you all so much for watching today's video. Feel free to like, comment, and share if you enjoy what you're seeing. If you like what you see here and want to see more videos coming up, then go ahead and hit that subscribe button and switch on the notification bell to get notifications and select all notifications to be notified for when we post a new video. And don't forget to switch on notifications on your phone as well. Also, don't forget to check out my second channel and our 2-member channel with Sam the Thomas Fan 1, SamAttack4427TheThomasFan1 Productions for plenty more content you can't find on here. You can check both of our channels out with the links or by our handles provided on screen. Feel free to shoot me an email with my email address provided, backley95@hotmail.com, if you want to ask me a question, want to collab with me for a project you've got in the works, or if you want to book me to be featured for a convention coming up. Follow me on my social media pages on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to keep up to date with me on updates, announcements, and new releases of my videos, as well as plenty of others I've got with my handles provided, as well as the links down in the description box below. Also, don't forget to follow me on TikTok for other videos I've got aside from the ones I've posted on YouTube, and on Twitch for any future live streams I've got coming up soon, as well as join our official Discord server to see what we've provided. If you wish to show your support to me, then feel free to check out my Patreon to get sneak peeks of my videos coming up before they go up online, as well as getting access to updates and playing more in addition to getting some awesome rewards within your budget. Also, don't forget to check out and show your support to me on my wishlist on Amazon, and even supporting me at streamlabs.com/AckleyTackTV/tip that you can find in the description box below, as well as on my Twitch page. And in case you can't find any of the links that are provided, then not to worry about a thing. All the links and stuff are also provided on my link tree that you can also find in the description box below, as well as a few selected number of my social media pages. Other than that, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll be sure to see you in the next video. Take care.